Welcome back, guys. KKC Productions here, and I got a video for my Kia Stinger, which you guys haven't seen yet. We're switching out. We actually already switched out the exhaust to the MBRP catback, which sounds great. But one thing to note is a lot of people complained about drone. Well, that's of course because of the existing tips. The tips on the back of the car, the tips just kind of stick into the factory molding, and that just refurbs in the back of the car. So we're going to go ahead and do a video on me putting some tips on. Actually already started, but I did one side so I can basically get it down. Here's the tips that we're going to be putting on the Kia Stinger. These ones, I actually just found them. There's not many videos on people putting actual tips on their Stinger besides the factory, or bring it to a custom shop. So these are well done, but I actually am using a clamp. So this style clamp, which worked for the other side. So nice and easy. The only thing is you do have to grind the bumper a little bit. Nothing we haven't did. Of course, in a previous video from the Miata, I did have to grind the bumper, so nothing new. But let's turn the camera around and show you what it looks like. So there's the factory holes for the back of the Stinger here. I actually had to take off the MBRP just so I can get the tips off. But you can see how these were sitting here, and they'd basically sit in the cutouts here. I already took off the pre-existing one. There were bolts here and also there, and then bolts that kind of, let's see, they were kind of up here. You just had to use an extension with a long extension. That way you can get up there and just use it as a screwdriver bolt. So that was pretty good. But let's go over here. Oh, what are those? So here are the actual tips. A little bit of grinding. You of course see some of the holes through the side because these are not round completely, but from a distance you cannot see anything. Let's go under. You can see there's the clamp and then also the tips that went through. So it actually wasn't too bad. Basically just put that on, and once the holes were fitted to the right size so they fit in there, it was pretty simple. As you can see, these tips here, they just fit right over the 2.5 inch here. And then once they're in place, you put the clamp in there, of course when you're under the car, and it's done. Of course it takes some getting used to figuring out the holes so that these fit in there correctly. I tried to keep this flat, but then grind this portion here, which wasn't too bad. But of course, this will help with drone and also make the car look good. I think these look pretty cool, not ricey looking or anything. But yeah, came out pretty good. You don't see many Stingers like that. And of course, I used my grinder and air tool, so that did the job pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up and see what she looks like, and of course what she sounds like. All right, I'm back. Another note. When you're putting these on, or not putting them on, but trying to get the stencil out, I use a little bit of blue tape. That way I have an outline when I'm trying to grind it. So I put the tip right there, and then I outline on the tape where the top of the tip is. 'Cause you see, obviously it doesn't fit. And then I did the same thing on this side and just matched up kind of the lines of where it's going. And then I just grinded it. So just another note. All right, back to it. All right, well, here we go. All finished up. Came out pretty nice. Different, but I like it. So now I'll have to start her up and see how she sounds. All right, so I realized one thing. I recorded on my cell phone and not my regular Sony camera that I'm using right now. So my video might be a little elongated, but this portion of the video looks good, and also the exhaust clip. So I put the car, did a kind of a cold start. It's kind of hot here in Georgia, so a little different there. Got it in neutral, and it seems to get a little bit of a pop noise, just a little bit, and kind of a little bit of a burble while it's in neutral. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm gonna try and get some B-roll as well. Get that in, and we'll call it a day. Thanks again for watching, and go ahead and enjoy some footage.